What's going on, everybody on YouTube? Steve here, Rake and Profit over at rakeandprofit.com. Coming back to you with another live video, and today we are in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm just taking a beautiful little walk this morning. My hotel's back there somewhere, but just taking a little bit of a walk and reflecting, and decided that I want to do a live video right now and talk about the difference between being a 9-to-5 employee versus being the CEO versus running your own business. Now, I used to work at pizzerias. I used to work at the Cracker Barrel. I worked at Toys R Us. What's up, Christos? Morning. Good to see you. I worked delivering newspapers. I did landscaping part-time. I worked a lot of different jobs. I worked at Namco selling pool supplies. I was a bird dog, fetching real estate deals when I was younger. I worked the 9-to-5. The last one is a little bit different, but I worked the 9-to-5. And, over the last 6 years, I've worked as the CEO, right? Running multiple businesses, from eBay businesses to Amazon businesses, publishing businesses, affiliate marketing businesses, my YouTube channel. And there's a big difference between working a 9-to-5, being, an employee versus being a, CEO, self-employed, running your own business. I want to talk about a couple of the differences. So, when I was working as an employee, a lot of times I just had to clock in. I had to show up, and I had somebody who was, in a sense, controlling the direction of the show. They told me what I had to do, when I had to do it. I had set hours, and if I didn't do it, I wouldn't get paid, and there would be a consequence. Whereas, if you're running your own eBay business or Amazon business or wholesale business or dropshipping business or YouTube channel or affiliate marketing business, there's nobody telling you it's time to clock in. There's nobody telling you, hey, this is what you have to do. There are no rules. And in a sense, there's no consequences amongst your peers. The consequences of not doing your work as an entrepreneur is you don't have food on your plate. So, a lot of people are, working the 9-to-5. They're in that 9-to-5 rut, and they want to start their own eBay business. They want to start their own Amazon business. They want to start their own wholesale business. But their foundation, their psychology isn't accustomed to, making decisions on their own. It's not accustomed to, being self-driven. They're not accustomed to being creative and creating. And, I would say as an entrepreneur, a lot of it comes down to being creative. You have to have a vision. When you're working for somebody else, for the most part, at least I can only speak for myself, there was no creativity. There was no thinking outside the box. There was already rules in place and standard operating procedures that I had to follow, and I had managers above me, and I literally, raised my hand and did what I was told to do. When you're an entrepreneur, you have to create, you have to have a vision. You have to predict what is going to be coming around the corner, because what you don't know can kill you in business. Another big difference between, working for somebody else versus being the CEO is there's a lot more risk. There's a lot more risk involved, and there's a lot less guarantees. Most people work a traditional job because they're guaranteed to get a paycheck. You clock in, you show up to work, outside of working in a sales position. But for most people, they have a salary, they have an hourly rate, they show up, they get paid regardless of how the business does. When you're running a business, whether it's an eBay business, right? We'll just say an eBay business or an Amazon business or a dropshipping business, there's a lot of overhead. You've got to pay your virtual assistants. You've got to cover your cost of goods. You have a lot more liabilities that you have to cover, right, before you can even turn a profit. So when you're working for somebody else, you're automatically guaranteed pay regardless of what happens. The outcome doesn't really matter. Now, the longevity of your position is going to be determined upon if the business does well. But when you're working your own, you're running your own business, you need to make sure you're doing extremely well, because you have a lot of bills and a lot of overhead and a lot of liabilities that you have to cover. Being an employee versus being the CEO, it's a complete mindset difference. It's completely different with mindset. A lot of times as an entrepreneur, I find myself really planning for the future and planting seeds today that aren't going to pay off tomorrow or the next day or the next month, but investing in myself for 3, 6, 9, 12 months. And I remember Jeff Bezos had talked about, it was in one of the interviews, and somebody was asking him about how do you feel the stock price is going to be over the next 2, 3 months, so on and so forth. And he said something along the lines of, I forget the context, but he said something along the lines of, listen, the stock price for the next 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, even 2 years is already baked in, because what I've been doing with Amazon.com 2, 3, 4 years ago is baking in the price 2, 3, 4 years later. And it's the same, I don't know if that makes sense, but it's the same thing. I believe the same thing in business, right? With my YouTube channel, with my affiliate marketing business, with my Amazon business. The profits are already baked in from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months previously. What you do today as an entrepreneur is going to have an effect 3, 6, 9, 12, 24 months down the road. Whereas as an employee, it's not necessarily the same, right? There are some parallels, but as an employee, it's more or less what you can do today. And as an entrepreneur, it's more or less what you can do today for tomorrow. We got Cody in the house, and I want to give a big shout out to Cody, my Australian friend. Great to see you here. Cody just sent me a message behind the scenes the other day saying that he's crushing it with his blog. So he has a blog, and I'm not sure, Cody, if it's okay if I could share some of your results. Give me a thumbs up or let me know in the comments if it's okay for me to share some of your results behind the scenes. But Cody, he started reselling, I think 3, 4 years ago, maybe more than that. I've known Cody for a long time, and it's been one stepping stone to the next for him. He started reselling, and now over the years he found one of his true passions as an entrepreneur, and that's cycling, that's bike riding, riding bikes, so on and so forth. And yeah, he said it's okay to share. He has a blog that he started that's getting over 100,000 views a month, and now he's learning how to monetize it through affiliate marketing. He's learning how to monetize it through ads. I'm sure he's using the Google AdSense program, and just really inspiring. One of the differences that I've noticed amongst entrepreneurship and working in 9 to 5 is when I was working in 9 to 5, I almost felt like a hamster on the wheel, always moving in the same spot. I didn't really feel like I was getting anywhere. I felt like when I did my work, it was like I would always stay in the same place. It was really hard to advance forward. And as an entrepreneur, just over the last 6 years, it's been amazing from month to month to year to year. My journey's been essentially a stepping stone from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, and it's been something better and better and better all along the journey. And if you're willing to learn, if you're willing to grow, if you're willing to try new things and push yourself outside your comfort zone and move outside, the norm, and try different things and be willing to fail, it's amazing where entrepreneurship can take you. I still remember starting my business reselling bicycles, watching The Bonafide Hustler. And I thought that was what I was going to be doing the rest of my life. But then flipping bikes led to selling clothing on eBay full time. And then that led to, building my YouTube channel and documenting my journey, which then led into different branches of Amazon, from Amazon FBA to Merch by Amazon, which I didn't do too much. But Kindle publishing, at one point I had scaled it to $10,000 a month. And things changed, and I found my way, and I moved from Amazon, which I still do, into other, adventures that have been very lucrative. So, there's a lot of differences between working a 9 to 5 and being an entrepreneur. And I would say that the biggest piece of, advice, or I guess the thing that really changed me the most, was investing in myself, self-development, reading a ton of books, changing my mindset, learning how to build habits, learning how to create goals, learning how to take care of my health. As an entrepreneur, you really have to invest in yourself. You have to invest in your mind. You have to invest in learning how to structure your days. You need to invest in, really sharpening your mind, because your mind is a tool. And when you're an entrepreneur, you've got to use that tool to create your vision. You've got to use that tool to problem solve. As an entrepreneur, you're consistently getting paid for the value you bring to the market. And the value you bring to your market is typically in the form of being able to solve a problem, right? So the better you can solve a problem, the better you can change somebody's life, the more money you're going to make. We got Polishek in the house saying, I am watching your content since your early days. The transformation is magnificent. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. We got Heather in the house. If you have any questions, feel free to ask away. I'm just hanging out right now, relaxing on a beautiful morning in Jacksonville, Florida, sipping a little coffee. But it's been great. And, you know, I really want to thank everybody who's been following me over the years, because I can honestly say this is no BS. If it wasn't for the YouTube community, if it wasn't for all the amazing people that I met along the way, I probably would still be working some type of 9-to-5 job. I mean, maybe I would have found my way into another business, real estate or something like that, which I do now. I have 2 real estate investment properties, which has been amazing. And I can thank entrepreneurship for that, because it allowed me to make really good money that I then rolled into, my real estate business now, which I have 2 multifamily properties. And if anyone's interested, I can give you an update on how those properties are doing, which they are doing phenomenal right now, even with the current state of everything that's going on in the economy. My properties are fully occupied. The rents are, performing fantastic. We have a management company that is managing everything. And right now on one of the properties, the mortgage, taxes, and insurance comes to about $1,350, and that's bringing in, what's that bringing in? $1,250 plus $1,250. So it's bringing in $2,500. So $1,350. So that one's cash flowing over $1,100 a month. Obviously, you have to minus off various expenses such as property management and capital expenditures, and the everyday repairs that are going to be a part of running a property, a rental property. But that one's cash flowing fantastic. And then the other property is it's cash flowing a little bit less because I paid more for it and it's in better condition, but the rents aren't justified at this moment. But yeah, everything's going great right now, and I'm on a little road trip right now, getting out of Miami, and yeah, appreciate you all. What's up, Cody? What's up, Twista? Twist. I called her Twista. Twistina. I don't know how to pronounce it. Cody is an amazing entrepreneur with a fantastic, I didn't see what that said, fantastic Australian accent. What are you all focused on right now in your business? A lot of people have been sending me messages. How are you sourcing? How are you finding inventory? I've got some friends right now. I got off a call with one of my friends who's been on my YouTube channel multiple times. I'm not going to tell you who he is. I don't know if he wants me to share this, but he's been crushing it with online arbitrage. And he said that his numbers have literally doubled. This is the best month he has had, the best couple of months he's had in his Amazon business of all time. And he's been doing retail arbitrage, online arbitrage for, I think, over 5 or 6 years. And he's absolutely crushing it. If you're not looking into retail arbitrage or online arbitrage to flip on Amazon right now, you are crazy. You are absolutely crazy out of your mind. Now, if you're scared to go to the stores and stuff, completely understand. But online arbitrage is on fire right now. Check out software such as Tactical Arbitrage. My good friend, who I'm not going to mention his name because I don't know how much he wants me sharing of this, but he's been doing manual online arbitrage. So he's been just manually going through and combing through the various websites, finding undervalued deals, sending them into Amazon. I mean, he said he's been crushing it. I've got some friends who have been absolutely going berserk with drop shipping right now. Drop shipping is on fire right now. Now, I know a lot of people are scared about drop shipping, and obviously eBay and Amazon aren't thrilled for people to be drop shipping, but they allow it, and there's a ton of people drop shipping now having success if you know what you're doing. Private labels on fire right now. Wholesale's on fire right now. Sourcing from Facebook Marketplace is on fire right now. There's so many opportunities right now. Thrift stores are starting to open up again. Private label, right? Cody was saying he's going to start a private label brand soon. Private label's on fire. What's up, Louis the Seller? What's going on, Louis? It's great to see you again. I've been following you off and on since the beginning. Sorry, I'm trying to read your comment. Every time I come back, you're doing better and better. Hey, I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate that, Louis. And man, where are you from again? Man, Louis's been a long-time follower. Such a good guy. And I consumed a lot of his content and his videos in the past as well. So it's great to see so many familiar faces. New Jersey. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, so I used to live in Connecticut, so we weren't too far away. But yeah, it's a beautiful day today, and so grateful as I was walking around. I'm just so grateful to be earning multiple streams of income online. I'm so grateful to be earning a digital income, right, through platforms such as YouTube right now, the Google AdSense program, affiliate marketing. So grateful. I just checked my email and I had gotten a initiation of a payout from Amazon this morning, right, from Amazon FBA. I'm so grateful for my eBay business. Amanda back at the warehouse is absolutely crushing it, and I'm looking forward to going back to the warehouse and checking that out. I'm so grateful for all the income that has been flowing in just in absolute abundance over the years. Whoa, that's a big bee. Ooh, gosh, I'm gonna get stung. Woo, that's a big boy. I hate bees. I'm so terrified of bees. That was a hornet. You will see me freak out live. Whew. You guys don't know, but when I was younger, I used to play baseball. I took a baseball bat into the woods and I was hitting the tree like an idiot. And a freaking bee's nest flew down, fell down and stung me. So I'm terrified, absolutely terrified of bees. I'll literally start boxing them, kangaroo style. But yeah, just so grateful to be able to, be making money online. And I feel so bad for the millions of people who, are losing their jobs or can't work or out there having to work right now with this current condition, so on and so forth. So, if you're working right now, physical job, and, maybe you're a 9-to-5 and you want to get into making money online, just get started. You could start with very little capital. You can start with, less than $100 with some of these models. With eBay, you can start selling stuff around your house. You can start going to thrift stores. You can go on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, and pick up tons of free stuff. You can start trading. You can network with your friends and family. Everybody has thousands of dollars in their house worth of stuff, and you could literally just start selling it for them, like on consignment. That's a great way to get started. Drop shipping, you can start drop shipping with no money. You can start manually drop shipping for free in a sense, whether on eBay or Amazon. Amazon's going to cost you a little bit more money, but you can start drop shipping dirt cheap. There's so many things that you can do to make money. Saw a comment come in. Max is saying, just started watching your videos, like what you say, interesting what you share. I have been a CEO for 10 years, so I can understand a lot of what you share. Hey Max, thank you so much for watching, and it's great that you're able to relate. A lot of people, they don't understand the differences, and from the outside, being an entrepreneur and running your own business, it looks golden, it looks amazing, and it really is, but there's a huge learning curve. There's a huge learning curve, especially when it comes to self-motivation and being able to manage yourself. And once you start hiring people, whether it's virtual assistants or you have people on the books, it's a whole nother game. It's a whole nother game. And when you scale your business, when you go from 1,000 a month to 3,000 a month to 5,000, 10,000, there's different parts of your business that are going to change and adapt, and every change brings an equal seed of opportunity, but it also brings an equal seed of challenge, and you have to overcome these hurdles and obstacles, and the grind never ends, right? So sometimes I look back and I guess one of the things that, this is probably maybe kind of weird to say, but one of the things I miss being a 9-to-5er, working at the Cracker Barrel or delivering pizzas, I miss that feeling of, I would grind my face off all week and I would feel so trapped and I'd be in so much pain because I was locked in the restaurant all day, all week. And that feeling of finally getting out of work, that feeling of having the weekend, it almost brings me back to when I was, in middle school and high school, that feeling of summer and having 2 or 3 months off, that feeling of just being so miserable at work and then having your freedom. I haven't been able to replicate that. Is that weird to say? That feeling of, there's something about being in so much pain when you finally get to the other side. you're really able to enjoy things. It's almost like when you have a really hard workout. You ever work out so hard, maybe you go on a crazy long run, or you do a 2-3 hour workout, you just go absolutely insane past your limitations, you're in so much pain, you're burning, you're sweating, you're dehydrated, you're just killing yourself. And when you're finally done, the day just feels so incredible because you're going through so much pain. And I feel like I haven't really been able to feel that as an entrepreneur, just because I run a digital business, I run my business smart, I have people helping me out, I'm able to manage my time better. It's interesting. It's interesting to think about that. So, anyways, much love. I appreciate you all following and watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button down below. Leave a comment. If you have any questions, feel free to ask away down in the comment section. And that's typically, you know, one of my starting grounds for how I make videos. I go through the comments, I read the comments. Sometimes I'm not able to answer them all, but if I see something that's interesting that I feel like could help people, then I'll make a video about it. So with that being said, keep on picking and making that money, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.